To Ingram Law, that I have not been here the last few weeks. I apologize. I have been really busy at work, as I presume most of you have as well. But over the last few weeks, I have settled a number of divorce cases, and every case is unique in facts, but they all have some of the same characteristics. And almost all of my clients go through different stages of divorce. And so I thought that would be a good topic tonight to discuss. Again, this is joeingramlaw.com. My phone number is 205-335-2640. If you do have questions, do present those to us, and we will get back to you off the air as needed. We do take cases throughout the state of Alabama. So let's talk about stages of grief of divorce. Now, these are not in any particular order, but usually the first stage for most people is called denial. Denial of the divorce. I have people come see me all the time that are in shock that their spouse has either told them that they want a divorce or has either already filed for divorce. And, usually my response is, good poker player. I had no idea until I was served with papers. So that's an issue sometimes. Denial of the divorce. I had a gentleman come see me this year about a divorce. Wanted him to pay temporary child support. And we started doing some basic numbers on his budget and his living arrangements. And he determined that after he paid child support, he didn't make enough money to live on his own. His wife was the primary breadwinner in the family. So then we had to start talking about some secondary issues. Maybe living with a roommate, something that he didn't really want to do. So that is denial. One of the next stages that people go through during a divorce is pain and fear. They are in pain over the death of their marriage. It's really like grieving the death of a person, your marriage. It's hard to explain until you've lived it or been through it. And then there's the fear of, am I going to live in the same home? Am I going to live in the same geographic location? Where is my spouse going to live? Where are my children going to live? Where are my children going to go to school? Will I have to change churches? Because people at church will look at you differently once you get a divorce. It's kind of like having a disease. People look at you like, well, what's wrong with that person? We can't associate with them anymore. How will people look at you at work when they find out if you get a divorce? So those are fear. Those are all types of fears you go through when you go through a divorce. This is a good stage that most people go through. To most people, but it's not good. Anger. You are angry. You are angry at yourself. You may be angry at your spouse. You could even be angry at the person that was having sex with your spouse in some instances. and you are upset. And I always tell my clients to be careful when they're angry. Control your anger. Thinking about bargaining as in negotiation, where we talk about negotiation of tangible objects such as the house, the cars, the boats, the motorhomes, um, custody of the children, child support, alimony, all those issues. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. That's negotiation. I'm talking about bargaining with yourself. Joe, what do you mean? Well, you start asking, what was I not doing that led to the death of my marriage? What was I not? You might even ask, what is wrong with me? Will anybody ever live with me again? Am I damaged goods? Those are all real issues that some of my clients go through. And then there's always the guilt phase. You feel guilty about the death of your marriage. I should have been a better person. I should have been a better husband. I should have been a better wife. I could have been a better parent. Why did my husband go out and find another woman to have sex with? What was I not doing that he felt like cheating? A lot of times the wife will feel guilty when the husband cheats. It's a fact. You go look it up. You might be guilty because of guilt. And then the somebody's filed a complaint for divorce. You've had discovery phase, and the depression starts to set in that this is going to be real. And this is costing you real money to litigate a divorce case. It's not cheap. Litigation costs add up quick. And you start wondering, is anybody ever going to want to live with me again? Where am I going to live? Is my geography going to change? I always tell my clients, as bad as it is, at one point in time, you love this person enough to tell them that you would marry them and take those vows. And if you have children together, you need to work together for the best interest of the children over the years, because there's going to be weddings, there's going to be grandchildren, there's going to be graduations. And these are all events that your children are going to want both of you to attend, if you can civilly. And then there is acceptance. And this comes, you've accepted whatever you got in the divorce as far as negotiation of assets and whether or not you got custody of your children, or you going to get visitation, paying child support, maybe you're paying alimony. You've accepted the outcome and the decisions that you've made along with that. unless you chose to go to trial. And then again, a judge makes the decision for us. So we signed an agreement, or we just had a bench trial with the judge, and they're about to rule on the case. And I tell them, 1 year from today, you will be better off than you are today. And as a general rule, I'm right. People will call me back and they'll say, Joe, I feel better today than I did the day that we signed the papers. It's just a bad day for all the parties. Unless you just really want out of the marriage, then it may really be a really good day. But those are some of the stages of grief people go through, and it's universal when they go through a divorce. I'm reading a book right now, and if you are a reader, I would encourage you to read this book. It's called The Body Keeps the Score. The Body Keeps the Score. Brain, Mind, and Body in the Healing of Trauma. Through trauma events, especially when you're child age and you go through grief and trauma, your body tends to hold on to that. And it's a very good read. It's written by a famous psychiatrist that went to Harvard. His name is Dr. Van der Kolk, K-O-L-K. Dr. Van der, D-E-R-K-O-L-K. It's a very good read. I'm reading it right now. I'm about almost a third way through. And I find it to be very, very interesting dealing with my divorce clients. So again, as always, we do take cases throughout the state of Alabama, from Huntsville to Birmingham to Tuscaloosa to Montgomery, Mobile, and even the Dothan area. Our website is joeingramlaw.com. My phone number is 205-335-2640. As we always say, take care of yourself and each other, and have a good night. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.